Karen the Lake Stamper here in Grand Blanc, Michigan. How's everyone doing today? I have a great little box for gifting. It's a great little gift box with tags and cards. You can use this for so many other things as well. You could use this for a meet and greet. You can use this for maybe a housewarming. You could use this for Christmas, for recipes, to put recipes in here instead of putting Christmas cards in here. It comes with tags and Christmas cards. So if you've got Christmas cards already ready and you've got some tags ready, super. That's the way to go. A friend of mine, I drove her to On Stage, and she was so sweet. It was a 5-hour trip, and she made this for me. I thought that was so nice of her. So I decided to make one that was a 3-tier. And look at this little guy. Look at that, huh? I mean, that is jam-packed with all kinds of fun stuff for maybe that mom that is on the go and doesn't have time to maybe make some cards herself. And isn't that a great little gift to give her before the holiday so she can send these out, or wrap her gifts up and have some tags. And then this is the 2-tier. I used Lights Aglow on this one, and I thought this came out just darling. So we're going to do a 2-tier today, all right? It's a little different, a little bit different sizing, but it's so close. The reason I'm going to do a little bit different is I'm not going to do a 2. I'm going to do a 1. Instead of having 2 different compartments, I'm going to have 1 compartment. So let's get that started. First things first, I used Real Red, and I'm using Painted Christmas today. The first size is 11 by 7.5, which I've already cut down. And then I scored on the long side. The long side is 5.5 and times 7. Okay, scored at 5.5 times 7. Turn it on the long side, and you're going to do 1.5, 1.5 on each side. Okay. Then your second tier. This is your second tier little box. This is going to be at 6.5 times 8.5, and we're going to score it at 3.25 on the long side, and we're going to score it at 4.25. And then we're going to turn it around on the long side, and we're going to do 1 inch and 1 inch. So there's only 4 areas to cut. It's so simple. 4 areas. You'll see that little box right there, that little square. That's what we're gonna. That's our flap. And so you always need a flap because you want to be able to glue the box together. So you just cut up to the score line, make a wedge. Just think of cheese. And that's all you do for these. There's literally 4 different cuts. That's all you have to do. And except for your trimmer when you're obviously trimming the paper, but that's simple. So we're going to take these little wedges out. Okay. See how it's coming to life already? There we go. And there we go. Okay. So we're going to put that to the side. This is our shorter little guy. And we're going to do the same exact thing. We've got that little square right there. Yeah, it's a square. It's not a rectangle. And we're going to cut to the score line, and then we're going to make a wedge up to the score line. Same on this side. Okay, nice and quick. Won't take but a second. And then it's bam, bam. Okay. Now, again, this is going to be a 1, not a 2 compartment that I'm doing today. Something just a little bit different because I've got bigger tags I want to use. If you've got bigger tags, this is for you instead of having smaller tags, because these tags only fit so many. Which one was it? This one here. They only fit a certain size. So I really wanted to make it bigger, so I played around with my template until I could figure out what size would work. And boy, did I did I use some cardstock. So if you like origami and you like stuff like this, it really is not hard to do. Boxes are easy, and they're so pretty. So many 3D items that are out there. It's so nice. Now, you see the longer side here? This is your long, this is your short. The short one obviously is going to be in the front, okay? And you can kind of give it an eyeball right now just by looking at it. I'm just double checking my sizes here, making sure they're the same size, and they are. Now the first things first, I take those flaps right there, okay? And I would normally use some Tombow. Oh, let's use some Snail. We'll use some Stampin' Seal. That is just as strong. Now, what I want to show you is you don't want to put any glue on these guys. And you don't want this to be on the outside. I'll show you where to tape first. So you take this guy, right? And you want to glue him on the longer one, all right? And I'll show you why. So you just glue him right down. Simple, right? Now, if you had glued it on this little guy, what happens is, because I've glued him on the taller one, this one is nice and smooth on the outside. If I glue it on this side, this is what would happen. If I glued this one here and then put this one here, what happens is you have the piece of paper on the outside showing. And I don't want that. I want a nice, clean, smooth line. Okay? So that's my little my little spiel today. So little Stampin' Seal here. Again, you could use any kind of glue you want. Okay, Tombow is recommended as well as a Stampin' Seal. And I'm just gonna get him nice and firm just before he gets too tight on me. There we go. Oh, super. Again, we're gonna go on this side and just, you know, before he gets glued down, perfect. And then on this side, same thing. He might get a little, oh, I took the Snail instead, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to glue him on the long side. Okay, there we go, nice and glued. And then this little guy here, the Stampin' Seal can't always get that little crevice, and that's probably why I use the Snail. Okay, and then nice and smooth, make sure he's even on the bottom. Then what I always do, take your bone folder and just press it down. Especially if you're using any type of glue, nice to do it, and it makes it nice and even, okay, on the side, so that your box isn't wobbly. Okay, so one down. All right, so moving on to the smaller one. We've already cut the wedges. We're ready to rock and roll. We're just going to do a nice quick bone fold. Makes it look smooth, makes the box look nice and even and secure. Again, long side. All right, so you can take your Stampin' Seal, put that little flap right on that long side. Perfect. Actually, let's do both sides together. Then we know we're doing it right. You can see it. Okay. Glue. Fold the bigger one in, and then put this little guy right up there. And you can see immediately, this is your longer side. You don't have any glue in here, and you don't have the flaps in here. If you had the flaps in here, what happens is the cards go in there, and then they hit on those, and it's just a pain. And you need that nice room for your cards, okay? And then this little guy, I'm going to use this one. There we go. Oh, got a little glue on that. And we're going to glue that one down. Nice. Oh, perfect. And then last but not least, yeah, as you get closer to the ending of all these guys, it's a little bit more time consuming just to get that last one. Now take your bone folder again. There you go. And there you go. Okay, now you've got a body, all right? And that's what you need. And look at that. Simple, right? So, first things first. I'm going to move my little guy. We need some paper. But before we do anything, sometimes what some people like to do is they like to glue it down. I'm not going to glue it yet. First, we've got this all nice and ready. But we really want some paper to decorate it with, right? So this is going to be at 4 1/4 at times 3 1/2. Okay. 3 and 1/16. I know. I had to go find my ruler. My mat 2 is 3 times 2 and 7/8, and they're a little bit wonky as far as different sizing. You can, if you don't want those sizes and you want to make it a real simple math problem, you go for it. I did work on this because I really wanted it to be a really nice cut, you know, so it looked really just kind of like a nice frame. So that's why I did the measurements that I did. Okay, so there you go, see? So before I do anything, I'm going to take this little guy, and I'm going to get out my handy dandy dimensionals. First off, I'm just going to, I want to pop the front up, and I just love doing that. So, oh, look at me, I used all of them up. Oh, good for me. All right, so there we go. That should work, don't you think? I used everything except the kitchen sink. Super. Okay, I've got my dimensionals on. I'm going to just pop this right up. Looks great. Oh, nice. Do it away from this. Don't do it on top of that. It just makes it an easier. You'll feel better. You won't have a nervous breakdown. So, again, you could Tombow, you can snail, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to put a little bit of snail on this, stamp and seal. I do want to make sure. Now, before you put this down, what you could do also is you could put a ribbon right here and then glue it right down. Okay. What we can do right now is just put this one line, because I've got a bow already made. So that makes it real simple. I'm just going to just put that there just because I need to get it centered, and I'm going to just put it right about there, and I'm going to glue that down. And it can be taut. It doesn't have to, but not so tight it's going to bend, okay? So if you don't like where you have it, just kind of rearrange it really quickly. That looks good. And then take your handy dandy scissors. Let me get my smaller ones out and cut that down. Move your red, and we'll have this all set for later on for my ribbon. Okay, you could put a bow on here if you don't have any ribbon, or if you hate doing bows. Some people hate it. So take this, now you've got mat 1, mat 2, and your ribbon already done. Look at that. It's already coming together. Look at that. You could put a little bit of a dot in fact, why don't we do that real quick? I have one handy. Just to kind of secure it. But my bow's going to do a good job with that as well. So I'm not too worried about that moving around. But if you feel more comfortable having just one little dot, there we go. Okay, that holds it down. So right now, we've got that front row done. All right, looking good. Now, FYI, if you wanted to do one more tier, this is what you would do. You wouldn't do this at all. You would do this one here and then glue them all together. So that makes a 3-tier. Okay, just an FYI. But today, 2-tier, nice compartment area, nice and big. And before we do and make the sides, we definitely need to glue this down. So I am going to use my handy dandy Tombow glue. I get a lot of grief because I don't usually use Tombow, and I usually I go, I don't like it. Okay, so you want to glue. You want to really put some nice glue on this. Get it crazed up here. Okay, because while this is drying, we're going to make the sides. Okay, there we go. And then just a little bit up there. Not so much that it comes screaming out, you know, when you press down on it. All right. You ready? All right, let's rock and roll here. All right. There we go. And with Tombow, the one thing about Tombow, you can slide it around before it sets, okay? So that is the good thing about using Tombow over anything else, okay? Look at your bottom, especially make sure it's even. If it's not even, press it down before it sets. You've got a few seconds to do that, and make sure your sides are nice and even because we're going to put paper there, and that looks good. That bottom's nice and smooth. You don't want a wonky gift box, right? There you go. Simple. Okay. So, oh my gosh, that looks great. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And then I just take a pinch. Just do a pinch right in there. Okay, just a nice pinch. You could use your bone folder, but you don't want to bend too much because you don't want to make anything bendy. So just pinch it down. Give it a few pinches and then let it set all by its lonesome. All by its lonesome. All right, now we've got this already set. The one thing we've got to do before we do anything else is we've got to cut the tails off of these, okay? You can do it before or after. Easy to forget. If you do forget, not a big deal. Just take your scissors and we're going to cut down to make an angle. Same with this guy, cut right down. All right, and then on this way, same thing. We're going to cut. And we're going to cut. Makes it nice and even this way, actually, if you do it this way. So there you go. So now we've got it all set, ready to rock and roll here. And now we're going to do the sides. The sides are at, real simple, 5 1/4 times 2 1/4 for your green stock. And then for your DSP, it's obviously a quarter less, 5 times 2. But before you do all this fun stuff, because it's on an angle, as you can see, what we're going to do is, I've got it nice and measured, okay, but we're not going to need all of it, right? So I usually just want to do a template, a real quickie template, and I'm just going to use my pen of where I need to cut it down, all right? And then I'm going to cut it down another quarter, all right? So I'm going to take my handy dandy trimmer, and I'm just going to cut where the lines are, right there, and get it nice and even, just where my lines are, and they'll go bye-bye. Okay, and then what I usually do is I'm going to take another inch off, okay? Another inch, about a 1/16 of an inch. An inch. That's going to be a short one, isn't it? Just a hair, honest to gosh. There we go. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world, right? We've got more cardstock. So I'm just going to double check, and oh my God, I'm on it. Like, look at that. Piece of cake. Woo. You could actually make a template for this and say, okay, this is my template for a 2-tier, all right? And that would be, that would work great. So, also, when you cut these, don't cut them together because you have to remember this has got to go one way and this one can't go this way. It's going to have to go this way. So just remember that when you're cutting DSP. Just a little helpful hint here. And now we're going to do the other side. Same idea. We're going to move this for just a second. And we're going to kind of give him an idea of where we want him. All right. If it moves, but we are happy if it doesn't. And take your handy dandy pen, all right? I don't know if you can see this or not, so I'll try to do it so you can see it. I just kind of line it up, measure it, make it nice and even, and then you'll see where I'm putting my pen, okay? Just so I get an idea, an eyeball, when I go to trim it down. I've got a nice little area. I'm going to just line it up on a diagonal, and I'm going to cut it right down. And then I usually cut a little bit like a hair, a 1/16, okay? Just follow your nice little ruler. Hopefully I don't cut too much. I've done that too. And that should be enough. Let's just double check. see if that works for this side. And it does. Woo! First cut, yes. So now we have these ready, and see how they go like a little house, right? So these little guys also need to be cut down. They're fine up to here, all right? So you can see that I definitely need a nice little line, just like we did before. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, all right? And if you've got a different way to do it, super. Again, I'm going to do the same idea. Okay, same idea. So let me get this done, and I'll be right back, okay? Now, I've cut these down just like I showed you with the green, the garden green, and voila. So what we can do now is we're going to pop these guys up, all right? I'm always excited when, you know, we've had our triangle class today. A little bit of math. All right, let me get these on and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got dimensionals on. I've already put one down for us, all right? And now I'm going to put this on the other side. What I like about dimensionals is if you don't think it's even, you have a second or so to really just get it off that cardstock to realign it. And that looks pretty good. All right, look at that. So then take your little box. Make sure you've got the right side. Obviously, if it was the wrong side, it would go the wrong way, see? So, again, you can glue this down. It makes it movable for that little bit of time. So, just, you know, don't get too much on here, but just enough to get it going. All right. So, we're going to take our first little guy, and we're going to just place him right there. And look at that. Look how nice that looks. Perfect. I like to pop things up, and I'll tell you, it just gives that little bit more dimension. It gives that little bit more excitement for the, especially for a box or a 3D item. It just looks a little bit more detailed. That's probably why I like using dimensionals. This is, if you were to pack this, you would have to put this in a box. So if this is, you know, this is a nice gift to give to somebody right away so they can really see it. But if you have somebody out of state, this is a great little gift to put in a box and say, hey, you've got some cards, and maybe put some cookies with it too. So, okay, so we're going to get the other side. Simple. Look at this. Okay. And you don't always have to do a mat either. If you don't want to do a mat and you're doing colored cardstock, that colored cardstock can be your mat. I just like to have another set of mats. I think mat 1 and mat 2 that I use is really a nice, again, more of a detail. So, again, just line it up so it's got some symmetry here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You got a moment to move it around. That's the only reason I like the Tombow. Okay, all right. And I think I'll put a little bit more, one more dimensional right there, just because I see that it's, I might have forgotten to put one more, so I'm going to take that one right off. I can see that that one needs, so it's not sticking up like a tail. There we go. There. And then you can fine-tune all your areas. Now, you don't have to decorate the back if you don't want to, but it makes for a nice finished look. Okay? So, for the back, real simple cardstock size, 5 1/4 times 4 1/4, simple. And then obviously this is 5 times 4. I've got my dimensionals already on, and I'm just going to center it like a regular card. Super, done. And then again, let's take that Tombow and let's just get him going here. Again, nice and a good amount, but not so much it's going to squirt out, right? And that'll do. All right. Take it. And I got some on my hands. That's lovely. All right, and then I just want to center that little guy. And I've got a minute or so to just kind of center that, just like a regular card. All right. Again, pinch, pinch, pinch. Now this one you can put flat and use your bone folder just to press it down in the inside of your box. Okay. Just take a few minutes, give it a nice massage, and that should be lovely, holding that right into place. Again, give it a few seconds, let it kind of glue, let the glue really work. Okay, so we're going to let this dry, and as we're letting that dry, we're going to get the tags out. Now, I've already done these tags. They're darling. They're from the Paper Pumpkin. They were so cute. Come on, you should get these, guys. It takes seconds to do. And oh my God, the stamp sets were darling. They were just darling. Let me see if I've got them in here. I bought 2 Paper Pumpkins, all right? And with the 2 Paper Pumpkins, I got some cute stamp sets. Didn't buy these when they were around last year, I think, but I'm going to keep these because they are so nice with all the stamp sets you get in them. So I did the Santa, and I used Santa Express for the Ho Ho Ho. But this was a cute little stamp as well. I also Wink Stella'd his belt, okay? And then, of course, we've got Special Delivery, and then Merry and Bright. So I'm going to take a few of these, all right? And we're just going to put, see, the reason I want a nice long compartment is these are big tags. So I want to be able to have the tags really sit nice in here. Now you don't have to put them all in here. You could just put maybe a few and then save them for the rest. So maybe I'll just do that. I'll just do the 2 sets of the Christmas tree and Santa, all right, on this one. And we can hold off on that. But I got to show you something else too after we finish this. So again, we're going to just put the Christmas cards that we've already gotten done. We're going to put these right in here with the envelopes, all right? And you can put about 5 of these in here with some envelopes. You can put a lot of tags in here. And then one more thing we want to do before I show you the next thing. See, here's our envelopes already done. And then we're going to use some little dots for my handy dandy bow. And let's see if I can take one off real quick. Got it. I usually like to put 2 of these on. Oh, didn't want to stay. And then one more. Just, you can never find these. Okay, all right, so there we go. And then I want to stick this right on the center here, okay? I want to, and he looks centered, super. I could put him a little bit, there we go. You could also put a greeting here using the Whimsy, using anything you want as far as tags, you know, punches, whatever. Not going to do that. I've got a lot of other stuff in here, so I don't want to make it too busy. Again, I've got some really nice rhinestones as well as our red rhinestones. So let's just put a few of these. Let me get let's get this out instead. I'm a big embellishment person, so what we can do is put some of these on the berries, okay? The red berries. And I think it'll give it a little bit of a pizzazz. And look at that. Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. Do I have to keep this one? And oh, so cute. So cute. Look at that. Look at the little, just the little berries. It just adds a little bit more heightened excitement on the front of your box. You don't have to do the back. You don't have to do the sides. You can if you want. That's why I did the bow all the way around. And, oh my gosh, let's do one more. I brought the rhinestones, the clear ones out, but I don't think we need those. So, we've got all of our little berries all in red, all right? You'll notice I use different paper as well. I've got the other paper that coordinates with the painted, what's it called? Was it Painted Christmas? Did I get it right? Yeah, I got it right. So, I used this one here and this one, and they coordinate so nice, okay? So, look how pretty, so cute. Now, I've got my tags in there, I've got my cards in there, and then, what else can we put in there? Let's put my other tags back in here. I've got to show you one more thing I got from Paper Pumpkin. It was a sale item, you guys, on that sale that we had. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, oh my gosh, you need to get these guys. So this is beautiful little stamp set. Oh my God, it was so cute. This was so cute. So you just glue these, you know, you do a little cute little box it comes with. It's already got scoring on it, easy to put together. Glue these together, and look how cute. Look how cute these are. Look what I did, both sides. You can put Bath and Body Works, you can put some Christmas candy in here, and then I used the tags for the mitten, just for something different, okay? Isn't that cute? That would be cute to go with your little cards. Don't forget, this one is even cuter. Look at this little... And this was a cute little kit, you guys. Just darling. You can also take these all apart, cut these all up, make a card, all right? So, so cute. And then it came with some great Merry Christmas. And then again, I put it on both sides. You could decorate the white little box, keep it for something else. Put some Bath and Body Works in here like I just did. And then I did the to and from, which they already have a to and from here, because they've got little tags, which are just darling. I mean, they're so cute. And you can fill these up for Christmas Day, stocking stuffers, going over to someone's house, maybe a cookie exchange. You could put cookies in them. The last one, I just wanted to show you that, yes, you can get a Bath and Body Works. I did put one in here just to show you. And then this is the Christmas tree one, and this was so cute. I did make sure to embellish these just to pop it up a little bit. You could cut this tree right in half, use the gifts, and then make a regular card. So there's so many avenues. There's 9 of these that you could make, all right? And you'd be sitting here all day making all these. They're so cute to make. They're great for anybody that's coming over or whatever. Great little gifts. So, I mean, look at that. Look how darling these are. Look at that. So cute. And then, so, I mean, if you get a chance, you know, and you have nothing better to do, make one of these little gift boxes with the tags and cards, and give it to maybe your next door neighbor or with a bottle of wine. Maybe make one of these little guys here. I think they came out just as darling as could be. And maybe coordinate that with your cards. I think you're going to really, really enjoy giving these out to people this year. Well, anyway, I hope you had a great time. I enjoyed it. I hope you make one of these boxes. So take care. Have a great day. And if you want to buy anything, don't forget you can go on my site and get the Paper Pumpkins, which are on sale. And I think they're on the clearance for Paper Pumpkin. Don't forget, the day after Thanksgiving, I'm doing free ship for anybody that wants to purchase anything 75 and over. During Thanksgiving. Free shipping, just hit me and DM me if you want. I'm doing free ship during the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So anyway, have a great day today, all right? Great chatting with you. Bye.